Hello there, welcome to the AirgunGear show. This is the BSA, Gamo Phox, and it's a 10-shot air rifle. It looks like a BSA Buccaneer, but it's not. It's a Gamo Phox. And it sounds like a rude word if you say it with a Brummie accent. This video contains a review of a pellet rifle. It's powered entirely by compressed air and uses no gunpowder and must not be confused with any form of tactical firearm, and my targets are paper and tins. Always shoot safely and show consideration to others around you. Gamo owns BSA, or is it the other way round? Either way, this looks and is styled like a BSA, which is good news for the customer. You see, BSA make nice air rifles, so you're actually getting a budget BSA. Look, all the manufacturers do it. And if Gamo can't be asked to make anything original, then why not just stick your own brand name on something else you own? This is a budget PCP air rifle, and on close inspection, you're not going to get the finished quality you would get from a Daystate or from an FX. But is it any good? Starting at the dangerous end, and mine is a 177, it has a silencer already on board. And yep, it does work. Take it off and you find a 1/2-inch thread, so you can fit something better if you wish. The barrel is cold hammer forged, it works, and it will hit the target for you. That barrel is strapped using a piece of damaged plastic, and that brace goes around the air cylinder. No idea what size it is, but in my 177 caliber, it gives me 70 shots. In the past, a gentleman once told me, and by the way, he thinks he's much more important than he actually is, that my clothing was a little bit tatty. My jacket wasn't quite up to standard, and maybe when I was doing video reviews, I should put on a tweed suit or a camo outfit. In response to that, I thought I'd put on the best suit that I have. The stock is synthetic. Okay, it's plastic, but it's a good one. Chunky, solid, and will take a lot of bashing about. Stippling on the fore end and the pistol grip, and it's a thumb hole design. Someone told me to take the rubber pad off the end, as the cheek piece is adjustable, so I did. But I don't think that's going to improve my shooting. I nearly forgot when talking about the air cylinder. It's got a gauge on the front. You fill to 232 bar and you shoot down to around 100. That gives you your 70 shots. Yep, you will get a power curve, but it's a very small one. Gamo have done really well with the balance from the hammer and the valve. It's a very small power curve. I actually thought for a moment when first shooting that the gun might have been regulated, but it's not. My advice is to shoot from around 200 bar down to about 130. That's the most effective and accurate set of shots. 45 to 50 shots on the nose. Look at that. Now, it's quite interesting because I'm filming, so I'm not trying to be overly accurate, but I've just put about 50 shots down range at about 45 yards. And these are zeros just here. And then this is just one dirty great big group. So the gun and the barrel is obviously very consistent. Look at that, I can get my whole finger through there. Putting the air in is simple. You remove this cap here and then you push in the supply probe, just there, like that. And then you start pumping or open your dive bottle up to fill. But this bit here, this is just horrible. It's covered in grease and all sorts of gunk. And if you do this out in the field, it's going to get covered in bits of grass, straw and whatever. It would have been a lot easier to leave that on and just drill a hole in it and use it like some sort of dust sleeve. The barrel is accurate and it likes Superdome pellets at 25 yards. That's the first time I've ever said that, I think. It will also eat JSB's 8.4s and give good results. Out to 50 yards, the Superdomes fail miserably. Shotgun or cannonball accuracy springs to mind. So I admit I swapped back to the JSBs, and blinking heck Batman. Wonders never cease. There's 6 in that hole there. The 10-shot magazine works really well. It actually works better than some magazines you get on guns 3 times the price. Maybe some lessons could be learnt. The magazine itself has got a metal plate on the front, and then the rest of it does appear to be plastic. And it is really simple. You rotate it and you drop a pellet in, and you do that 10 times. The magazine's got a clever system in so that once you put a pellet in that hole, it's not going to spin back should you let go at the top. And when you push it into the side of the gun, it actually gives you numbers at the top so you can see what shot you're on. It works really well. The trigger is plastic and it does have some adjustability to it, but out of the box mine was set actually quite all right. There is a resettable safety in front of the trigger, just there. I don't like it. I'm seeing so many more manufacturers doing this now. I don't like it, and I don't like the safety being there. If you do your O.J. Simpson bit and you put a glove on, so you imagine it's cold like it is in the UK most of the time, that even becomes even more difficult to get the feeling of. The safety's there, it's resettable, but I don't like it. Unscoped, the gun weighs just above 6 pounds. It's 113 centimetres in length and 57 centimetres of that is the cold forged barrel. I'm going to try and plink some tins at 100 yards and I expect the Game Phox to hit it. But I wouldn't use this for pest control past 40 yards. And I have to say, when I do show me shooting tins at 100 yards with a sub 12 foot-pound rifle, I would never ever recommend that you do pest control at that range with a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle. When you're cocking the gun using the bolt at the back, that bolt is quite stiff. So when you're shooting at targets, you will find that it does sort of pull you off aim. But it does work every single time without fail. In fact, with the gun, you have to ignore the plasticky feel, the rough edges and the low shot count. Because when you actually learn that sweet spot in that power curve, the gun is actually really accurate. It's as accurate as guns maybe 2 or 3 times the price. I bought mine from Braces. You can get them in kit form where you get a pump and a bag and things like that with it and a scope on top. I didn't get any of those, I just went for the rifle. I don't need a cheap budget scope, I don't need a pump, and I don't need a bag, and I'm sure they all work very nicely, but I'm not wasting my time reviewing them. And I have put way too much scope on top of the rifle. The scope is probably about as expensive as the rifle. But actually, if you put a good scope on the top, you're going to make the gun even better. The Game Phox is something you could refine yourself. You could trick it out. You could make subtle changes on the outside wherever you please. The heart of the rifle is actually really good. It just needs a little bit of love on the outside. And if you want to do a little bit of pest control, you want to do a bit of pigeon bashing or a bit of ratting, this is absolutely ideal. I think it's sturdy and strong and it's going to take a lot of bashing about. So what are my final thoughts on the Game Phox? Well, loads of you out there asked me to review it, so I spent my cold hard cash and bought one just so I can try it out for you. And I have to say, I'm really pleased with my purchase. Yes, it is a little rough around the edges, but it is also very accurate. And I am very, very pleased with my purchase. It's turned out to be a rugged, hard-wearing, reliable PCP air rifle. People have also asked me, would you go for this or the Rotex? And I would say, as I sit here right now, I would go for this, just because it is just that little bit smoother. Mind you, the name still sounds like a Brummie saying the word fuck.